Postgame here in the bowels of the Stockton Arena after the Sockers lose 9-8 to the California Cougars. Craig Chiles, 3 goals and at least 2 assists in tonight's game for a 5-point effort. But Craig, obviously a ton of disappointment in the locker room after you guys blow a 4-0 first quarter lead.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, it was a tough game. They came to battle. We knew it was going to be a battle. There was some chippiness going on in the first quarter too. You know, can't blame the refs for anything, but tough game. They ended up squeaking out.
Certainly it seemed like the key to this game, when you look back at it, is the start of that second quarter. And in particular, a couple of free kicks where the Cougars caught you guys a little flat-footed on a quick restart instead of stopping and trying to set up a play. Yeah,
there were a couple quick plays that they capitalized on. The first one, I think we were waiting for a whistle, and the refs had, you know, they weren't blowing the whistle, so it was a quick play. We were complaining a little, but basically got caught on our heels.
Talk about a little bit about the officiating, just in that there were a lot of delays tonight. The whistle was really sounding against the Cougars in the first quarter. Then they blew 8 straight fouls against the Sockers in the second quarter. A ton of delays that led to a game that was almost 3 hours in length, and I know a lot of complaints out on the field.
Yeah, it was chippy. I mean, refs were a little bit confused on the rules. I know for a fact there was a time when there was a 3-on-5 for us that we scored, it went back to 5-5, exact same situation for them. 3-on-5, they scored, and then it stayed 4-5. So they took a power play away from us. When they made the right call, he said he's making the right call, and he was, but he wasn't being consistent because earlier in that quarter he made the exact opposite call, which turned out to be the wrong call that tagged us. But I mean, yeah, we can't complain about the refs, or we'd be doing that pretty much everywhere.
Right. Now, when you look to the fourth quarter, the Cougars, a team that really specialize in that desperation situation of 6 attackers. And just like they did in the overtime shootout victory against you guys last year, they tie the game on a set piece, Santana to Sutton, and then stayed in it, even in a tie game for 4 minutes. Was that surprising to you guys?
Not really. They pulled it kind of early last year, and I think they had a lot of success doing that, so they stuck with it. And we usually don't play in that many. I mean, personally, there's not many situations where I've been playing with a 6 attacker on the field. So, you know, it's new to a few of us, and some of the veterans step up and play their role, but you know, they're good at that and they capitalize on it.
Overall for this Sockers team, 2 straight losses to wrap up this 4-game road trip. Only the second time for the franchise in its restart that they've had back-to-back losses. What did the coach say to the team in the locker room, and how do you guys get ready to regroup here?
We need to bounce back, get a win on Wednesday, and then get ready for Cincinnati.
All right, Craig, thanks. Paul Wright in the Sockers locker room. Paul, describe the disappointment of coughing up a 4-goal first quarter lead and a 2-goal second half lead.
Very disappointed, very disappointed. Another loss. We're not used to this. It just doesn't feel right. But you know what? Hopefully, you know, just like the last one, we're going to learn from it and, you know, go back to the tape and hopefully correct some mistakes that we're making out there.
It certainly seemed like, just like the previous game against the Cougars, you jump out to a big lead, unlike the season opener here, where the Sockers extended that lead up to a 7-goal lead before kicking it into cruise control. That second quarter started with you guys just a little bit back on your heels, it seemed, at least from my vantage point.
Yeah, well, I think of the tone of the game had a lot to do with that. You know, they came out, they were down, they had nothing to lose, they were starting to kicking and that sort of stuff, and we kind of got a little caught up in it, retaliated a few times, and, you know, got sent to the box, and, you know, I think that's how the game started to get a little bit even after we kind of got caught up in the pushing and shoving and fouls and all that sort of stuff, and just kind of let our composure get it, you know, let our composure get the best of us, and, you know, a veteran team like that, you know, we shouldn't let that happen.
Fair to say that, and you've been around long enough to know that when you've got a team that's 0-6, the last thing you ever want to do is let them off the mat.
Oh yeah. No, we knew we were in for a fight once they got back into the game, but you know, we've got no one to blame but ourselves. You know, the referees were horrible as usual. But, you know, we're used to that. We're used to bad referees. Everywhere we go, we have to play against referees and the other team. So we're getting used to that. We just got to get a little better at it.
How does this team regroup now after back-to-back losses?
We'll be fine. We got a great bunch of boys here. You know, we're resilient. We're going to be fine. We're going to keep battling. We have each other's back, and you know, we're going to keep battling. We're going to be fine.